Hey guys, Coach Hunter here today, coming at you with Kickboxing Fundamentals 3, talking about finishing up our basic striking angles with our fundamentals of kicking. So guys, kicking is a huge topic in sort of the same way that punching is, right? I mean, every martial art has its own kicking style, its own methodology, its thought process. I'm not here to say that what I'm showing is the best way, the only way. I just think it's a good way and a good way to start. Okay, that's how I usually teach it from the beginning. As a piece of background, my first martial art was Jeet Kune Do, which is Wing Chun Kung Fu, or the style pioneered by Bruce Lee. And then my coaches all have a Taekwondo background, which influences our kicking a bit. But ultimately, Thai boxing and like Muay Thai kickboxing has really kind of took the world by storm in that most people use that kind of methodology, the Thai style of kicking, as their primary kicking style these days. I just think it's very practical, and it was forged in the context of combat sports and actual usage, and not like point sparring, things like that. So something to think about. But I do think that the Thai style kicking is a good way to go, okay? And that's generally what I teach. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. So we'll start with the front kicks, okay? So the front kick we're gonna show today is a push kick. It's nice because it's defensive, it creates distance, it creates range for myself. It also happens to be really safe. So that's why we're gonna show that style. Okay, there's many other styles, and I also use other styles. So guys, starting with our 8, which is our rear side push kick. Why not the lead, which is the 7? Because the 8's a little simpler. We're gonna get to the 7 next. So understand that we're gonna show the 8 and then get to the 7, okay? So my rear leg is gonna swing up, okay? Just swinging up. My leg's gonna be slightly bent. I'm not gonna pull my knee to chest. I'm not chambering, as I would call chambering a kick, pulling knee to chest, okay? And my leg's gonna swing, can be slightly bent or straight. Doesn't really matter too much. And at the same time, my hips are gonna travel forward. It's really important as well that my planted leg, my right leg in this case, is gonna be bent slightly. I'm not straight leg and getting stiff coming up here. So when I throw this kick with a straight leg, I'm gonna fall over, okay? I'm gonna move more than the bag. So when I swing my leg through, and I swing my hips through, my leg is bent, so I can push through the ground. It's just like I'm pushing my car out of the mud, okay? So I'm here. You have to work on finding your range. Everyone has a different leg length. Everyone has a different like size compared to their target. So you have to kind of work on your range in each of these tricks, and it takes time. Okay. Now the lead push kick or front kick is complicated because it's in the lead position, so it doesn't have as much travel distance. One thing I do like about leaving it here and throwing it straight up is defensively, if someone's coming at me aggressive, I can just kind of lean my weight to my rear leg, so that's it, okay? Now it won't have very much power unless someone's actually coming at you. So just know if you're practicing on a heavy bag this style, it won't feel very strong, but that's okay, okay? You can also take a little step up with my rear foot. One of those times when I said never bring your feet together, this is an exception. My foot comes up, boom, right there. Step up, kick, and my footwork and recovery, guys, on this one is going to be to drop my leg and I'm going to kick this leg backward at the same time. My planted leg coming back down, okay? You could step all the way back to an opposite stance as well. Okay, your choice. If you like to play opposite stance or you just want to step straight back to your normal stance. So step up, kick, and either stomp down into my stance, step up, kick, step back to my opposite stance, and back to my normal stance. Or you can fight from the opposite position as well. So guys, you can also step through from further away, stepping through and throwing it essentially as my 8 by stepping to my opposite stance first. Okay, so all our options for you. You can also hit a quick switch, okay? My lead leg drops back, stepping through to my push kick, okay? Like so. All right, guys, so round kicks. Once again, starting with my 10th, my rear side round kick, okay? Really important that I'm not standing right in front of somebody and trying to throw a round kick, okay? Okay? I can do that with the push kick because I'm moving them away from me ideally. Okay? My hands are still up, you notice, when I did that, just in case. But with the round kick, I'm not going to move them. So they can eat the round kick potentially and drill me with a hard punch. So really important, I'm going to step off center line. It's also going to open my hips. See, my hips are opening up. It's going to give me more power, more range on that kick, as in range for my hips to turn. And my foot, as I step, is going to turn inward. My heel is going to turn inward. Really important. Now, as you get better at this, you can step and pivot on the kick itself. Okay? But at first, that's hard for people to do. So I usually tell people, get that turn with the step. That way my hips can have full ability to turn. Okay? Really important. So because if I plant my foot with my toes pointing forward, my hips try to roll through, but a lot of torque on this knee twisting around that point, right? So it's really going to be bad for you in the long run, or even short run if you go hard enough, okay? So make sure I'm stepping out, turning my heel, my weight travels onto that leg as I come up onto the ball of my foot slightly, okay? And I swing my hips through. My leg is really loose, okay? My hips turn through and my leg follows. It's also important to know that my point of contact is going to be my shin bone, not the instep, not the foot. I'm landing with the shin right here, the last like third to half of my shin. Okay, my foot might make incidental contact, and I'm pointing my toes just so my toes don't get jammed on the target. I'm stepping out, turning my heel, rolling my hips through. Okay, notice my leg is slightly bent on the landing. Okay, my shin is the point of contact with the bag. I'm coming back. Okay, stepping out. My hips turn all the way through to face the opposite wall. They're facing that wall. You're gonna turn, boom, and face the opposite wall. Notice my hands are up protecting my face. It's our high guard. Boom, right? You could also reach your hand on the same side as the leg that's kicking and reach out basically to their face, to their guard, with our long guard. Are their hands up protecting my face? Notice? This is gonna help protect me against counters, okay? Swing my hand down is fine, as long as my hand comes across. But really being aware that this is, for me at least, a favorite option. Although it is how I did it for so long, though you'll definitely see me do this if you watch me spar or hit mitts if I'm tired. But ideally, my hands stay up, high guard, or reach out, long guard. This guy's the lead round kick. A couple things. Once again, it has all the same considerations that the front kick does. Where if I just throw it right from here, I can do that, but it has less power because it has less travel distance. Okay? Nothing wrong with that though. Yeah, you can definitely develop power there. But I also want to make sure I'm stepping out. So often I'm going to step through. So basically stepping to kind of a squared up southpaw stance or opposite stance. Right there. Turning my hip through, all the same thing. Make sure my heel turns in as I step. Making sure that my hands stay up, or long guard. Okay? Once again, the same thing on the recovery, guys, in that lead kick. If I step through, I kick, I can stomp down to my original stance, or step through, kick, step all the way back to my opposite stance, and then back to my typical stance. Okay? So let's run through those kicks, guys, a few times. Without any explanation, just kind of showing you what they look like. Starting with my 7, my lead round kick. Sorry, lead front kick. So lead round kick. And my 10, so rear round kick. So guys, Hope you enjoyed that reference. I think it's really important to get those details down. So record yourself hitting a bag, working yourself in the mirror. Feel free to send it to me. I can help you with some critique. Otherwise, just take a looking at it and you can see kind of like where things are going wrong or where they're going real right. Either way, guys, like this video and subscribe if you want to see all of our content. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the mats.